Alright guys, Jay at Broader Performance here. Yeah, what do we got going on now? In case I don't have enough projects. Well, this is a 63 Ford Fairlane. And this car was sitting in a field for, I don't even know, 30 years or so. And was kind of all sunken into the mud and everything. And yeah, I had to save it. It's just too cool. I love the fins in the back. Pretty much anything with fins to me is cool and worth salvaging. I don't need any more projects or have time for more projects, but kind of the story behind this is the guy that owned this kind of inherited the car, and he said, "Man, you got to check this out. I'd like you to buy this and save it." And I saw it, and I even did buy it. But long story short, he bought it back, and I told him, "Bring it out to the shop. I'll help you save it." And I don't really need to own any more vehicles. So I'm happy, I'm happy to be involved in saving this car, and even more happy to not be paying for it and doing all the work myself. So kind of worked out nice, and the body surprisingly is very solid on it, especially for being sunken into the mud like it was. I got a little bit of floor pan repair in here, but this is really the only spot that's really going to need to be fixed. So that's pretty amazing, because the dirt was up to the floorboard. But being out here in Texas, and it's a very sandy soil, so you get good drainage, it really held up well. And I know it looks very dirty, and we got moss growing on it or whatever that is, and all those things. But the car is actually very solid, and we're going to need a trunk floor and just that small section of the floor pan repaired. But all the body and everything is solid, and doors still line up good, and all that sort of thing. It's really amazing how well it held up. And it was kind of one of these cars that was, all piled up inside with trash. And so we cleaned that all out, but you can see we still got tree limbs on it and stuff, and haven't finished actually just cleaning the outside up. Had no motor in it. The motor was missing. So what the plan here is, the guy's got a 390, and I said, "Man, that would be kind of a period correct thing to do with this, is to put a 390 in it." So hopefully that motor is good. So we'll be disassembling and checking that motor out the next couple months. And the plan here is to get rid of these shock towers, put a modern suspension under it. We're going to leave the body as it is. It's going to be a sleeper. So modern suspension, front and rear. We're going to do a full link system in the rear. The crazy thing is, my friend went down and he asked about having the springs, these rear leaf springs here, add a leaf to it, kind of rebuild them, re-arch them, that sort of thing. And the cost to do that these days was almost as much as buying a full link kit. So, of course, a lot less labor doing it that way, but full link kit's going to be much better. So that's where we're going to go with this. So it's going to, good brakes, good suspension, powerful engine. I don't know. If it's in the budget, we might fuel inject that motor. That's still kind of up in the air. Might get AC, and that's kind of where we're going with it. It's going to be a sleeper. You know, it's just going to kind of look like a car that just came out of a field, but you know, we'll paint up the inside, make the inside pretty, and on the outside it's just going to look like it does now. Except maybe we'll wash the windows. I don't know. We're considering that still. No, only kidding. You got to be able to see out there. But you know, I mean, this car. I mean, the door still works beautiful. You know, it's it's pretty amazing. You know, I'm originally from Massachusetts, and if a car like this sat in the field for 30 years, there'd be nothing left to it. It would just be all rusted up, and you'd have to probably cut the whole bottom of the car off from this molding down. You know, it's really crazy. But so I still get blown away by these southern cars. You know, for you guys that live down south, you don't think it's a big deal, but anybody that lives up north, where I'm from, with salt and everything else, and you see these cars sitting in a field for 30 years, you know it's not worth a damn. But different story down here. But even for down here, I'm surprised it's as solid as it is. I mean, it's got no rust holes in the body at all. And, you know, so I'm kind of looking forward to this project. I know I've got enough other stuff to do, but I'm mainly just going to be kind of, I don't know, just coaching on this one, just, you know, playing teacher. The owner of the car is not, you know, he's not really an automotive guy. He loves old cars, but he doesn't really know how to work on them. So I'm just going to kind of point him in a direction, and he's using the shop here, and just let him go after it, you know. And I'll help him weld the suspension components in and rebuild the motor, and I'll do him a trans and converter, and that's a little up in the air on the transmission. Will be an automatic. Thinking about maybe just keeping it simple and inexpensive and just staying with a C6. There is some talk about putting a 4R70W in it, some sort of an overdrive like that, but I don't know what we're going to do there yet for sure. Thinking we're probably going to go C6, but it just depends. You know how these cars start getting into a lot of money, and there's not an infinite budget on this. The guy doesn't want to put, you know, $1 million into this car, but he just wants to get it running, have some fun with it, surprise some people with it, and that sort of thing. You know, I'm generally not into this. You know, I don't know, guys call it patina or whatever, which I hate that word, but I don't even want to use it. But this is the real deal. This isn't a made-up patina. You know, these goofballs that take a painted car and sand them and throw acid on them and try to make them look like this. This is the real deal. And if you're doing it like this, where it's the real deal, I think that's kind of cool. I'm all for not having to do the body on it. You know, I'll be honest with you. It's just so much work, but, you know, we'll do, this will get detailed in here, and like I said, we're going to do the inside and the trunk. All the inner structure of the car is going to get, you know, cleaned up and painted and detailed and that sort of thing. The money is basically going to go into, like I said, suspension and engine, not into all this cosmetic stuff, which is kind of nice. You know, if you like this sort of look, you can save yourself a hell of a lot of time and money. So, you know, we'll log our hours on this car and show you progress as we make it. I'll keep you posted on this one. I apologize, I've been kind of MIA on the 31 Ford and the 53 International. I still got to get those projects going. Waiting on some parts on the 31 Ford right now, and hopefully those will be here in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But now that the weather is cooler, I'm going to get back on that 53. It's just been, it gets so hot here in Texas, and we don't have a climate controlled spray booth or anything, so trying to paint any large panel when it's 105, the paint's just drying as it's coming out of the gun. You know, you're just wasting material, and so I just kind of took a hiatus from that. And I've been busy with other stuff anyways, with work and other things going on in life. But so anyways, yeah, let me show you. And we're going to put the stock wheels back on it. Going to probably try to put a little bit bigger tire on it, but not much. And I think what we're going to do, we found these in the trunk. We got a set of 4 of these that are in good condition. We're going to put hubcaps on it. You know, it's going to look very stock, you know, but it won't be. It won't run and drive like stock, you know. So that's kind of cool. So if you got into the sleeper thing, or you know, whatever, this derelict look, or you know, whatever you guys like to call it, follow along with this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be doing updates on this every so often. Hopefully on this one, once a month or so. The suspension kits are on order. I believe the floor, at least the trunk pan is on order. We got a new fuel tank for it. So we're starting to collect pieces that we need. We're going to paint the rims, get some tires on it. And we're going to roll it into another part of the building to start dismantling this front end and putting that new suspension in here. You know, one of the things that's cool is getting rid of these shock towers. It gives you so much more room. That 390 motor is just, you know, if you try to put a 390 in this with these shock towers, it's just, I don't even know if it's possible without modifying the shock towers at least a little bit, but it's just very tight and very difficult to work on. And once these are out of here, it'll be really nice to work on. So anyways, so here's the birth of it, and you know, it's still got tree limbs on it and stuff, and so all we did was clear out what was inside the car. So we're at the very beginning here. So this will be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to work on this one, or at least taking a part in it. Like I said, I'm just kind of playing school teacher on this one. My opportunity to be a shop teacher or something on this gig, and I'll probably do some welding and stuff like that. You know, have to probably rewire the car. You know, I don't know, the mice have probably eaten the wiring harness and all that stuff, so we'll get like a, you know, one of those wiring harness kits or something for it. I don't know, but we'll let you know what we do there, and we'll show you everything. And so if you like this kind of stuff, and just keep watching for updates on it. So I thought this was a cool car to rescue. Yeah, it's a 4-door, you know, those aren't as desirable as the 2-door, but I don't know, that kind of, to me, with what we're trying to do, make a sleeper out of it, it's kind of cool that it's a 4-door, you know. But that's about it. We don't have much for the car. We're looking for a back seat for it. It'll probably get some bucket seats in the front, and so if you guys happen to know of a decent back seat for a 63 Fairlane, and you're not too far from Texas, or hopefully in Texas, let us know. Put it in the comments. We're looking for a back seat for this thing. Don't really care the condition of the upholstery or the color of it, just something with a good frame that we can have redone and all that. So, but okay guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel. And I apologize, I've been kind of playing hooky on those other projects, but Hang in there with me. I'm going to get back on them. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot.